Thank you so much, Jason, for joining me today on Meet the Maker. It's great to have you. And Ali Six, I'm going to officially hand it over to you to properly introduce yourself. But thanks again for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. So I'm Jason with Ali Six Craft Distillery. We're a little boutique kind of distillery up in Healdsburg in Northern California. We do all kinds of fun stuff, but we do typically everything is from grain to glass. We're a very hands-on kind of distillery. Right now we're actually getting into our peach season and our grape harvesting season and apple season. It's just every fruit coming at us. So we get to do all kinds of fun, exciting stuff right now, like, pitting peaches and hundreds of pounds of peaches at a time.
Yeah.
And harvesting grapes and apples and mashing those and pressing them and all that fun, exciting stuff. So it's a very exciting time for us right now.
Yeah, busy, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You mentioned peaches, and so I know you have like this. I think that was actually one of the first things I was introduced to with Ali Six. Is that it's a peach brandy, right?
Yeah, well, we have two. The very first one we released was a spiced peach liqueur.
That's the one.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And then the brandy is coming out at the end of this year, which has been resting for close to 3 years in French oak. So we're very excited about that one. It's just magic. But
Yeah.
I can't wait to have that one hit the market and see what if they love it as much as I do.
Yeah. So how many SKUs do you guys have? I feel like I just recently saw a new release of a single malt. And so what's the lineup look like right now?
Yeah, right now I think we have 7 different SKUs. But we've done a crazy amount of different random, weird one-off kind of things. The single malt, we just released another single malt. We have our flagship one that we have on hand at all times. But we also, in order to get to that flagship, we did 7 different kinds of single malt whiskeys to land on this one.
Oh, wow.
That we love so much. So the 6 other ones that we first created, we kind of are going back because there was people that fell in love with them. So we wanted to kind of bring those back in small batch releases kind of thing.
Cool.
So the most recent one is a black patent malt, which is it's a brewer's malt. So if you think of a porter, a stout style grain, that grain that goes in to create those beers and make those beers unique as they are, we took that grain and made a whiskey out of it, or a single malt whiskey. So it's very, very interesting. So
Nice.
It's coffee, chocolate, cocoa, campfire fun. It's pretty cool. But
Sounds delicious.
yeah.
So, I mean, how did you get started? Because originally you were kind of in like the wine direction, right?
Yeah. Well, so I've been, by trade, I was a bartender for close to 17 years, which is way too long for me at least. But that's how I got introduced into the, alcohol world and, fell in love with, spirits and wine and cider and beer and just everything in general. But surprisingly, we lived in Tucson, Arizona, where I got introduced into the wine world of all places in the desert.
Yeah.
They make fantastic wines out there.
Delicious.
Yeah, really, really good. But so I took my introductory sommelier's test out there and started kind of like pursuing the idea of, moving to Northern California and, making wine and, just becoming part of that industry.
Right.
It took us about 4 years to get out of Arizona to get to Northern California. And, we got here and we were like, yes, I'm going to be a winemaker and make my mark on the world. And, didn't realize that, of course there's everyone else that's living there had that same idea at one point in time. But the romance kind of went away pretty quickly when we got out here. Of course, went back to bartending, slinging drinks and doing what I knew how to do. But I really got excited and interested in, crafting beer. So we had this whole setup in our garage where we were making beer and some wine and, whatever else we could figure out how to ferment. And then we went to a flea market in Santa Rosa and I came across this little 5-gallon pot still. And like I was the most excited little kid on Christmas morning. It's like, I know what that is. I gotta have it. And I was with my wife, and I was like, I probably would have gotten down on, my knees and begged her if I could get it. She was like, just get it. Why are you asking my permission?
And that still is in the tasting room, right?
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. It's sitting in the windowsill. So it's our little reminder of how all this chaos began.
Yeah.
It's kind of a fun little story.
For sure. No, I love your guys' tasting room.
Yeah.
So when did you guys officially launch?
So we came up with the idea in 2012, and we started doing the paperwork because it's all fun, lengthy, especially in California and in Healdsburg too. So 2012 came up with the idea, started doing the trademarks and all that fun, exciting stuff, and applying for permits. And 2013 we found a facility, and then we had to do all the build out, which took a little over a year and a half to do, which was we were just shelling out money every month until we got the facility up to the standards that our local folks wanted. And then late 2014 we started production, and then late 2015 we had our very first product, which was the rye whiskey. That's our flagship product. It's our baby.
Yeah.
And we're still sticking to it. We've been doing pretty well. People are really enjoying it, and we've actually been selling out. I think we're almost going to sell out again.
Awesome.
From the last batch that we bottled a month ago, not even a month ago.
That's awesome.
So
That's great.
we're kind of, it's exciting, but it's scary at the same time.
Sure.
You don't want to run out of stuff, but then, maybe we can have the Alley 6 as the Pliny version of distillate. So we're Sonoma County.
I like it. So Alley 6 was one of the first distilleries in the city of Healdsburg, right? Now there's
there's two. Yeah, so we were the first distillery in Healdsburg. There's another distillery, Young and Yonder, amazing folks.
Yeah, they're
great.
great.
Josh and Sarah. And then there's another company that is Lost Republic.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And they're based in Healdsburg as well, but they're rectifiers.
Yeah, so I knew they were rectifiers, so I didn't quite know where they were located. But yeah, I am familiar with their label.
Yeah, and they got good stuff too.
Yeah, it's fun.
That's one thing I love about the spirit community. There's not, there's competition, but we all get along and love each other. So there's I've never heard bad words from anyone else unless they're making complete crap, and you're like, dude, what are you doing? And then you call them out on it, and then you fix that. Hopefully.
For sure. No, and the distilling community here locally is, it seems pretty tight knit all in all. Somehow everybody seems to know everybody, whether it's 1 degree or 2 degrees of separation, whether it was a collaboration or you previous, working in the industry, some other version of it, in the bar industry or anything like that. And so the camaraderie is great. I love it, and even being at the Distillery Festival, I think you see it, and everybody's so interested in seeing what everybody's doing. Everybody's like, oh, what do you use that type of size barrel, and this is the size barrel I use, or oh, we're getting fruit from here, I think so.
Yeah.
It's all about that relationship and just fun, really.
Oh, for sure. That's what I really appreciate about it is just that camaraderie, but also the ability that we can all bullshit about the same thing. Yeah. And typically everyone that's in this industry has a pretty pickled liver, so we all have that one thing in common, that we can get together and drink and bullshit about everything, which is great.
So right now, if people were looking to buy your spirits, where can they find you? Can they shop online? Is shipping happening? What's that all look like for you guys?
Yeah, so we're still, with the COVID stuff, they've lightened the laws that we could, ship direct to consumer, which has been fantastic because, a lot of folks, they're not going out. They're hibernating at home, but they still have a great thirst and they're bored out of their minds. And they want to, make their days interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're most definitely on our website. We're still shipping and selling through there. Locally, I think Bottle Barn is probably one of my favorite places, and they almost carry every SKU that we have.
Oh, nice.
I think the only thing they don't have is our candy cap bitters.
I was just there. They do.
Oh, they do? Oh, fantastic.
I saw
it. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It was Big John's that didn't have that.
Yeah, I was going to say I was just there 2 days ago, and we were looking at the bitter section, and I was like, oh, yeah.
There it is.
There it is.
Yeah, so they're great, and I really appreciate them, too, especially for the money-savvy kind of person that doesn't want to spend a fortune. their markup at Bottle Barn is not crazy high, so you're getting killer product for, you know,
I
a
love
markup
Bottle.
above.
It's like my favorite place to shop. like you
The
like
grocery store and
but no, great selection.
Yeah, it's amazing. And then we're still doing curbside pickup right now. We started last week and we did a pop-up at the distillery Saturday and Sunday by appointment only, doing tastings outside and a tent kind of style, and doing pairing it with chocolates made from a local chocolate tier wife and husband and wife team out here. And that went really well, so we're going to do it again this weekend and just kind of keep seeing how it goes. So.
That's great. I saw that pop up, and I've had their chocolates as well. They're phenomenal, and so I think it's such a fun concept. And so, what a great way, especially because they have a couple that are filled with your product, right?
Right. Yeah. The single malt, a rye, and the King Cat bitters, I think they use.
Yeah, and it's so good, so good.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
And they're just amazing people, and they like to drink like the rest of us. So we all get along pretty well.
Win-win. So I know you've been nursing an injury for the last couple of months, so that's taken up some fair amount of your time, but and I know you guys have been crazy busy with hand sanitizer and all that stuff. So what else have you been kind of trying to enjoy in these unprecedented times of COVID-19?
Our little nugget, for sure. She just turned 2, so getting a little bit more time with her, which is kind of nice, but she also, she wants to run and play. And I can only hobble so far so quickly. But I mean, we haven't had a downtime the entire time that all of this has gone on. We've had, that I hurt myself. I heard it when a friend came out to visit when we were out playing at the coast. And then right after he left, my mother was here for 10 days.
Oh, nice.
And then a week right after she left, we had some friends that camped across the U.S. from St. Louis they stayed with us for 2 weeks with their 2 little ones. And so it's like, and then my brother, sister, father, and mother, and their children, and my brother and sister's children are coming Monday for like 7 days. So honestly, there hasn't been like a break.
Yeah, no, that's just nonstop. That sounds kind of crazy.
I know, especially with like all the COVID stuff, and everybody, should be hunkering down, but we have our little, community. So we're trying as much as we can to, sanitize ourselves from the inside out. So we're being safe.
I've been working on that too.
Yeah. The rest of the country hopefully is as well. Well, they could be doing better. But.
Yes, we definitely could be doing better, that's for sure. So, I mean, you kind of talked about how you got into this distilled spirits industry overall. But I guess one of the questions I've asked a few folks is like, what do you enjoy most about the industry, as well as, if you were going to give anybody advice who was interested in jumping into this crazy industry, what would it be?
Well, I most definitely love the camaraderie in this industry, and the fact that we can all get together, drink beer, and talk about the same thing and not get bored of each other's BS. The thing of if you're going to jump into it, be very open-minded, unless you have very deep pockets and don't have any worry in the world, because it's a roller coaster ride. It's some days you're just like on cloud 9, like this is amazing, I can't believe we're doing this. Other days you're like, let's sell it, let's get out of here, let's move.
How fast can we unload it?
Yeah, I'm over it, I'm done. But yeah, it's most definitely is a roller coaster ride for anybody that is trying to jump into it. Like,
yeah, for sure. I can see that. But yeah, I mean, it is that with anything, and especially when you've poured so much of like your blood, sweat, and tears into it. I could imagine there are some days where you want to pull your hair out, and other days where you like you said, you're on cloud 9.
It's already gone.
And
that's
so,
from pulling it out, actually.
Say again?
That's from pulling it out. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you mentioned that you guys are having a new product come out here at the end of the year. Any other kind of stuff that's in the pipelines that you guys are working
Yes, we're very excited about. So we did canned old fashions,
Yeah.
and yeah,
I
so
think
it's a 4-pack can.
lunch.
They're big punch. So
Yeah.
they come in a 4-pack. There's come in a 4-pack. There's 4 cans. Yes, obviously. Each can is 200 milliliters, but each can is 40% alcohol. So it's over the equivalent of a bottle of whiskey between the 4 cans.
Mm-hmm.
So we're doing an apple brandy old fashioned version of that with the apple brandy that we're making. We've done a lot of R&D, and it tastes amazing. So we're very excited about that.
I bet.
And that one hopefully will be by Thanksgiving-ish.
Perfect.
Yeah, right.
You
So
can
that one,
your Thanksgiving party or
right.
give it as a gift for Christmas.
Yeah, if you're going to a family gathering that you don't want to be, you can sneak it in your pocket and go to the bathroom and pound it, and you can be like, this party is fantastic.
I didn't have to share. Sorry.
Yeah. Grandma doesn't let you drink. Well, here's your excuse. Just been in the bathroom for 45 minutes. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that sounds perfect for the holidays.
Yeah.
Fun. Look forward
in other words, we're just tinkering around. We have a whole bunch of stuff that's just aging in our little experimental barrel aging room now. That we have individual varietals of wine that have been distilled and barrel aged. Like Cab Franc and Merlot and Zinfandel and a Riesling. What else we did? Oh, we did a Chardonnay based gin that we're barrel aging.
Oh, fun.
What else we got? We got the peach liqueur. We worked with Hen House. They had a batch of their Stoke Pale Ale that they weren't too keen on. And they gave it to us, so we distilled that down, and we'll probably release that in the next couple of months as well. Just all kinds of weird stuff, like one off. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's
might as well.
And will those items be just for club members, or will they be available for purchase at the online and at the tasting room?
They'll be offered to the club members first, and then after everyone's happy with what they've gotten, then we'll open it up for everyone else to buy it. But
well, good.
We gotta take care of our club.
Of course. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. It's been great to catch up and chat and see your lovely face and know that you're healing well and all that good stuff.
I got the book. I started walking and actually started driving, so watch out.
Jason's back in town.
It was great to see you too, and thanks again for having us.
Yeah, of course. Thanks so much.